Okay. Now the change has come as soon as the dust of snow touches his body, and that is how the rest of the day and save some part of a day I had ruined. Ruined means where he was feeling sad, and because of the change in the mood, he has saved the rest of the day and all. Okay. So the dust of snow represents nature. See, at times we feel very sad, very depressed, but what happens when we see a beautiful scenery? Forget about scenery. When you are sad, when you are happy, and you're sitting all alone, and all of a sudden, if you happen to see a fully blossom, beautiful flower, okay, or even if you see a sparrow feeding its young one and all, okay, so that's a nature. So the nature can change the mood as it has changed the mood of the poet. Okay, so the poet is trying to explain that nature can change the mood. At the same time, it is one way of bonding us with the nature also. And just because of that change in the mood, whatever is lost he cannot get it back, but at least he could save the rest of his day. Okay, whatever is spoiled is gone, but the rest of the day he could save it from spoiling it. Okay, that is what there is. So this is what he's trying to convey. Now see, the crow and the hemlock represent sadness or sorrow. So the dust of the snow that the crow shakes off the hemlock tree represents a situation which brings a change in the mood of the poets and make him aware of his surrounding. Okay, so the dust of snow makes him aware of his surrounding, and he starts looking around where he could find nature, and it shakes off the poet's sorrow and gets him interested in the nature around him there. Okay, that is what, and that is how he could save the rest of his day from getting spoiled there. Fine. So this is all about the poem there. Okay, now since I have already explained you the figure of speech, we will go with the figure of speech there. Okay, now the figure of speech in this line. Now see the line over here, has given my heart. Okay, the figure of speech in this line is alliteration. And why alliteration? Because the letter H is repeated in has and heart. Okay. Similarly, in the third line, and save some part. The figure of speech in this line is also alliteration because the letter S and S is repeated there. Okay. Fine. Okay, moving further, see the last two line of the first stanza. The dust of snow from the hemlock tree. Okay, now what figure of speech is there in this line? The figure of speech in this line is metonymy. Why? Because here the hemlock tree represents an omen. Omen means ill luck. Okay, bad luck. That is why there. Okay, so the figure of speech in this line is metonymy because hemlock represents an omen. Okay, now similarly, the way a crow shook down on me, the figure of speech in this line is also metonymy because again the crow represents sorrow. Okay, so the crow represents sorrow, and that is why it is metonymy. Fine. Okay, this is all about figure of speech. Okay, now students, I would also like to make you aware about the rhyming pattern. Now, there is a rhyming pattern in the poem, and how do we come to know about the rhyming pattern there? Okay. Now, usually the rhyming pattern is be denoted by A, B, C, D. Okay. Now, how to recognize the rhyming pattern? You have to see the last words of each line. Now, see which are the last word. We'll go with the first four lines there: crow, me, snow, and tree. Now the word crow rhymes with snow. Okay, so the first and the third line, and crow, me rhymes with tree. So, okay, so crow and snow, so that will be denoted as A, and me and tree, that will be denoted as B. Okay, so what will be the rhyming pattern? The rhyming pattern will be A, B, A, B, because crow rhymes with snow, that is A, A, and me and tree, that is B, B. Okay, so the rhyming pattern will be A, B, A, B. Okay, fine. Okay, now we'll go with the second one. Now see the last words there: heart, part, mood, rude. Okay, So similarly as the first stanza, here also heart and part that will be denoted as AA, and mood and rude will be denoted as BB. So the rhyming pattern in this stanza will be AB AB. Okay. So, okay, is it clear with that? Fine. Okay. So that's a rhyming pattern. So the rhyming pattern is AB AB. As and when we will be doing the poem, we'll be discussing about figures of speech as well as rhyming pattern also, so that you will get to know all about it every now and then. Okay. Okay, that's all there for today. Thank you, and please do take care of yourself. That's all. Everyone, myself Mrs. Chetna Patel from LP Samani Vidya Bhavan, Adajan branch. Students, today I'm going to start with another poem from the same unit by Robert Frost. Okay, so as you can see over here, Dust of Snow. First, I'll recite the poem, that will be followed by the summary of the poem and then the explanation there. Fine? Okay. Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had ruined. Fine? So, this is the poem there. Now, we'll go with the summary of the poem there. Okay, the summary of the poem goes like this. Robert Frost has in his poem Dust of Snow told us that he was sitting under a hemlock tree one winter day and he was feeling sad. At that time, a crow came and sat on the tree and shook the dust of snow on him. This changed his mood because he was shaken up from his sadness and he watched the lovely nature around him. And the remaining part of the day was saved from getting spoiled. Okay, I have written the glossary also. You can go through it. Hemlock means a poisonous plant. Rued means feeling sad, that is, felt sad, and mood means the mental state. Fine. So, this is the summary of the poem. Now, we will go with the explanation part. We will go with the first four lines of the poem. Okay, so what happens? One winter day, when the poet was sitting under the hemlock tree. Now, why the poet have chosen the hemlock tree? As we have seen, what does hemlock means? Hemlock means a poisonous tree. Now, why the poet have chosen a hemlock tree? Because that depends upon his mood, as he was sad, and that is why he have chosen a hemlock tree. Okay, so one winter day when he was sitting under a hemlock tree, what happens? The way a crow shook down on me. So when he was sitting under the hemlock tree, a crow came and perched on the branches of the tree. When the crow settled on the branch of a tree, what happens? The dust of snow, that is the particles, dust means the particles of the snow fell on the poet who was sitting under the hemlock tree. Okay, so the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So as soon as the crow settles on the branches of the hemlock tree, the dust of snow falls on the poet who was sitting under the hemlock tree. Now, what happens as soon as the dust of snow touches the body of the poet? That has been given in the second stanza. Now, before only I said that the poet was sad, right? Okay. Now, see what happens when the dust of snow touches his body. Has given my heart a change of mood. Okay. Now, as soon as the dust of snow touches his body, has given my heart, that means has changed his mood. Okay. And that is why the sadness have changed now to happiness. And how that change has come, it's